Okay, well, let's start at the beginning, the inception. How did Sweet Jane form? When did you guys first encounter each other?
We met at a house party. I met our bass player Ruri. He introduced me to Danda. And we just got talking, and just Danda, it was like, I have all these songs and will you sing on them? But we went to the Chancery, which is an early house on the Quays, and we just kind of spent a morning drinking and talking about doing some songs. So that's how it started, basically. We've had a succession of drummers until about a year ago we found Donna, who's been our drummer since then. And kind of that's when we think about, you know, how long the band are together, it's kind of only the last year, because that's kind of
when it felt like a real band.
Well, yeah, you know, we had 4 people who were kind of committed and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Even in a crowded room, she would feel alone. All her dreams are fading day by day.
Okay, when I first heard of you guys, I figured it was the name came from like the Velvet Underground song, but it didn't come from that, did it?
No, it didn't. What
is the backstory to this? Because I read it's a Jane Fonda documentary. Can you?
Yeah, it's a reference to Jane Fonda from her Hannah Jane period,
right.
And it's like she was like coming out of jail, and we were. It's kind of a link thing. It's like the first time that we actually recorded a song together. It was in my old apartment, and the documentary was on the TV, and it was like what happened to the Sweet Jane we know and love, and it just kind of stuck. And then there was the Velvet Underground song, and you know, it was like a kind of a whole host of things. It just seemed like a really good name. But you know, we've played gigs, we've played festivals where we've played a set, and then as we're walking off stage, someone actually plays Sweet Jane. You know, that's embarrassing, because it's like, or you know, we've done interviews before where someone's gone, so you're a Velvet Underground tribute band? No, my friend. I think you'll find not.
And if she comes again, she'll take you by the hand. And if she comes again, she's gonna do all she can.
Well, I mean, you are a kind of dark band. You aren't definitely not kind of chocolate and flowers kind of band. It's generally.
Well, I think we're a mix of everything, to be honest. Like the EP was pretty lo-fi, and we did it in a day in my rehearsal room, and it's just I can see where people would think it's kind of dark, you know. Mm-hmm. But I think on the album it kind of lightens up a little bit. You know, definitely not chocolate and flowers, but it's definitely not Dungeons and Dragons or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'd say you're quite like, I don't know if I'm putting words in your mouth, but you're quite an image conscious band. I mean, how much is visual aesthetic important to you as a band, and how you present yourself on stage? Are you conscious of that kind of thing?
Image is never, like, to me, get up in the morning, put whatever clothes I have on, you know, it's not something that I think about.
It's not premeditated. I think it's such a hard question to answer, because it's not, there's no premeditated image for the band. It's just kind of how we look, you know.
Yeah.
Don't want to get up in a tracksuit and start playing.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly,
who wants to see someone in a tracksuit on stage? Although I don't really put too much effort into how I look on stage either. I think that's the downside of being in a band with 3 guys.
But now your light is gone, 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 gone.
Well, what's been the highlight so far for you guys?
It's gonna happen. When we release the album, I think that's gonna be like, it's just, it took us ages to get it together, you know, because just all different circumstances. But now that we have it, like, we're just really looking forward to getting it out there, you know. And it's like, you know, you kind of need something to back your name up, really. If you know, you can be the greatest band in the world, but if you don't have that released, no one's gonna know about you. So I think putting the album out is gonna be the big one, I know.
You know, recording is well and good, and that's brilliant, but I'm not a good studio person, because I don't like to.
I'd live in the studio if I could.
See, Danda would like this is the kind of the dynamic, I guess, that we have is like I if I could be on tour every day for the rest of my life, I would, because I absolutely love it. But in the studio, I'm kind of a one take wonder, and if I don't get in one take, I'm just not interested anymore. Which, you know,
I see him shake.
I know, but he's shaking his head at me. But I mean, it's true. Like, I just don't like. But that's just the way I am. I have no patience
Do you think bands have to be a bit more careerist these days? I mean, with the music
Yes.
industry in the state it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's like you just have to ask yourself, what do you want to do? You know what I mean? I mean, if you want to be in a band and go and play Whelan's every, you know, couple of months, cool. Like, that's your thing. Like, but you know, if you want to be successful or whatever, you kind of have to figure out the best way of doing that. You know?
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, we have a drive in us. I mean, the main thing that we want to do is just to get as many people to hear our music as possible. You know?
I mean, I'd consider you as kind of one of few kind of rock and roll bands. I mean, you still have that kind of rock and roll attitude and aesthetic to you. I mean, do you think there's any kind of true rock and roll bands left in Ireland?
No.
Yeah, there is.
No, none. No, there's not. In Ireland? Yeah, apart from us.
No,
Apart from us.
there's none.
Exactly, that's what I fucking said. No.
Their debut album, Sugar for My Soul, is out on Recus Records on July 5th. With the song Black Eyes, this is Sweet Jane.
Every picture in the world couldn't make her smile. All the money in my hands couldn't buy us time. All the dreams are fading day by day. The only thing on her mind is to break away. Feels helpless, feels cold when she's on her own. Even in a crowded room, she will feel alone. All her dreams are fading day by day. The only thing on her mind is to break away. And if she comes again, she'll take you by the hand. And if she comes again, she's gonna do all she can. And when she lies with you, the sorrow in her eyes. From all the pain she says, she's sorry, oh my love. You cry your heart out, but it's in vain. You try to compensate, but it's the same. And if she comes again, she'll take you by the hand. And if she comes again, she's gonna do all she can. And when she lies with you, the sorrow in her eyes. From all the pain she says, she's sorry, oh my love. And if she comes again,